1.
You excited to be filling in for the boss for this? You've got all the games sorted?
Yeah.
Welcome to Big Leagues, kid.
Thank you for having me.
Sorry for calling you a kid. That sounded derogatory. I didn't mean for it to come
Hey,
out
man.
that way.
Hey, it's all good.
It
is what it is,
There is
man.
a good flow at the moment.
It's great flow.
Okay, YKTR Sports Nation, you are in the Body Science Content Studio. Welcome to Peanut Butter and Jam Betting Show, where we run through all things NRL. I am your host. It has written down Ice here, but that is incorrect. I am Scope, and I'm joined by my good mate, good friend, kid, Jordan Simi.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us on this show. Simi, a couple of weeks ago, you jumped on, you gave a bit of jam. It's nice to have you as part of the actual proper show. But,
No,
Simi,
likewise.
before we get into it, we just want to say that this is for entertainment purposes only. Make sure you gamble responsibly. Although we are using Ice's real money, that's why I love it. It's all for a bit of fun.
Put the house on it.
And even better, when you get Simi spending Ice's money, it's even better as well. So let's run through last week. I took down Ice in the head-to-head showdown. I went Broncos with the 15.5 start. I thought it was way too much. Ended up being just that the case. Ice was on the Roosters, minus 15.5. No good there, Simi.
No.
The Broncos played pretty well in that game.
He hasn't got it right, the boss, yet, has he?
No, he can't get in a rhythm, can he?
Nah.
He hit the multi the week before, but yeah, sort of just...
You got to put gambling and horniness in two different categories.
So anyway, Ice gave it to me last week. He was telling everyone that I was saluting and not giving it to the boys. He actually had a pretty good week himself, which I'll get to when we get into our Earn You betting sponsor. Actually, let's get into that quickly. The best pineapple espresso we've had so far. So one of the punters that we put on had Warriors 1-12, which got up against the Cowboys on Friday night. Katoni anytime, who did an absolute number on Paul Momorowski. Saturday is where he went downhill, but he was very unlucky. He had Rabbitohs 13 plus and Eels 13 plus, and both those games realistically should have won 13 plus due to a bit of a brain explosion off the kickoff in the Rabbitohs Dragons game.
Wow.
And Junior Paulo, who was sent off the field for the Parramatta Eels, end up swaying the Titans back into it, but at the time I think they were winning 13 plus, and then he went Sharks 13 plus and overs in the Panthers game that saluted. So well done on that Pineapple Express, the closest one to date. Simi, that's a bit of you, the Pineapple Express.
Yeah.
Just a few darts. Throw a few darts out there.
You have to. If you're gambling consistently with a very tight budget, those are the type of bets that you want to be throwing out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's no point. You want the $3,000 to 1 bets.
Those are the ones like that make betting pages too. You know, when you're on like Bleacher Report and you look and you're going to like some guy turned a $5 multi on first basket scorers into like 60 grand.
Like Chico's one, mate's one.
Yeah.
$9 bet turned into 450,000.
Well, let's see if you can jag that for the punters. So let's get into the games. All right, the first game is Canberra Raiders at home to the North Queensland Cowboys. Where are you going on this game, Simi? And you were going to go margins all the way through?
Yeah, I'm going to go, big win, little win.
Okay.
I'm actually going Queensland Cowboys 1-12 on this one.
Ooh, are you?
Xavier Savage has been added back to the Raiders side.
Yeah, done your homework. I like it.
He hasn't, obviously he's been training in the preseason and, during the week with them, but I think Cowboys actually have a pretty nice team at the moment, so I reckon they're going to...
You seen Xavier Savage play a couple of weeks ago too, didn't you? At the Dogs reserve grade game. How'd he look?
It was almost like he was playing out in the playground at lunchtime, just sort of doing random little chip kicks and scoring tries. Sorry, he looks good, man.
Normie's just trying to call me there and taking away the screen.
But I'm going North Queensland Cowboys 1-12. On this game. What about yourself?
I'm against you. I'm going Raiders 1-12. I think playing down there in those conditions, it might be a bit of a flip on what happened last game, but these two teams, they're hard to get a read on, but that's where I'm going. All right, the next game on Friday night, the first game of two lines on a Friday. We've got the South Sydney Rabbitohs against your Bulldogs at $3.70. So South Sydney Rabbitohs $1.28. Canterbury Bulldogs $3.70. Where are you going, Simi? Are you going to go with your team?
I am going to go with my team.
Oh, I like it.
I genuinely love the Bulldogs this season. Bit of growing pains. There's some really good players in there. I'm going Bulldogs 1-12 on this, which is paying $5.
Yep.
But I think just the way they looked at it with against Penrith.
I agree.
And then they got Flano in there for a second game. He's got a bit of confidence.
Yep.
I think they can really fucking turn it up this week.
Yeah, I agree, mate. I think it's going to be a pretty close game. Whether they win or not, I'm not too sure, but I've gone either team to win by under 12.5. So that way you get a 24-point spread. I think with the loss of Latrell Mitchell, Blake Taft comes in, probably not going to be as smooth as the great assist there, Simi, as smooth as they were looking to roll the last couple of weeks. And I thought Canterbury Bulldogs a big improver, so I think that's going to be a pretty close game. All right, moving on to the champs playing the Brisbane Broncos at the later game at 8 p.m. We've got the Penrith Panthers at $1.06 against the Brisbane Broncos at $9.25 minus Payne Haas, who's been suspended for one game. Simi, where are you going on this one?
Mate, thanks for asking me. First of all, I'm not trying to invent the wheel here. Yeah. I'm going Penrith 13 plus.
Yeah.
Broncos are looking good, but the Penrith Panthers have you watched the documentary The U?
Yeah, I have.
They've got that type of swag about them. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's just they're just swagging out. Even the boys, this is one thing that stood out to me at halftime when the players ran back out onto the field. The Penrith reserve grade players and the players that were injured created a little tunnel, clapped them back out again.
It's all about the culture there at the
culture.
moment, isn't it? Yeah, they're building a little dynasty, and that's a great point, Simi. I'm going to go with a bit of anytime jam. I'm going to go Isaiah Yeo. He's done everything this year, I believe, but score, and he's paying $7. I look at a guy like Payne Haas, who does a lot of cleaning up through the middle. I think there might be some tries through the middle for the Penrith Panthers. So, and a fair few tries. Plus 22.5. It's a really big line, so I wouldn't be betting on anything like that. I think it's going to be thereabouts. All right. Moving on to Saturday, the first game of the afternoon. My Manly Seagulls versus the boy-like Gold Coast Titans. Manly Seagulls are $1.55 and the Gold Coast Titans are $2.45. Simi, where are you going in this game?
Mate, something's telling me up there somewhere that Gold Coast Titans have come to play.
Okay.
I think with Tommy Turbo out, Manly's still looking really, really beautiful. But I'm going Titans 1-12 here, Scope. Not here to fuck spiders.
Yeah, and that you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. It's one of those games. I'm slowly starting to believe in Manly a little bit more. Obviously, the injury to Turbo was a big one. I think this might be a bit of a try-fest, especially if the weather comes good. There's been a lot of wet weather footy the last couple of weeks, but I think this one might open up a little bit.
Saturday too.
And I'm going to go, I think the middles might open up a little bit through the middle. So I'm going to go me mate Chaz, who's paying $3.30 anytime jam. And I'm also going to go on the other side. And Brimo did a number on us at Brookie a couple of years ago. And Brimo is thereabouts on the ball most of the time. He was setting up most of their tries against the Parramatta Eels, and he's paying $4.50 for anytime jam as well.
He's a freaky fella.
I might do a little same game multi on that. Nothing crazy, nothing big, but just a little bit. Just have a little nibble to enjoy that game as well. The game of the round is up next down in Melbourne. Ooh. I think it's 5:30 p.m. It's the Storm versus the Sharks, with obviously your boy Nico Hines makes his return down south with Dale Finucane, who had a lot of success there. The Storm are $1.38. The Sharks are $3.05. Where are you going on this one, Simi?
I've actually just changed it because I didn't know Dale was back in. Something about that guy just screams country. And you know me, I love my country. I love my country big men.
Yep.
Wears his heart on his sleeve, and Nico as well. He's my boy. He's come on to grass in a few reds a few times. I have to back him.
Yep.
And I want to. I'm going Sharks 1-12.
Yep.
As you said, it's a game of the round. This is going to see
if they're legit. Yep.
So I'm going Sharks 1-12. That's paying $4.33.
You know what? I like Sharks for the win. Yeah, I like Sharks for the win as well. I think the peanut butter of the round this week is the start that the Sharks are getting at plus 7.5. And I just want to correct myself quickly because there is the Easter Monday game. The games are a little bit later on Friday. I've just had a look and seen the time here. So I believe the Manly Seagulls versus Titans game is at 5:30, and then this will be at 7:35. The Melbourne Storm versus Cronulla Sharks game. I think it's going to be a real close one. I'll probably have a little play on the $3 head to head, and then the plus 7.5. I think this is a bit of a statement game, and maybe the Sharks let everyone know that they're legit. Moving on to Sunday.
Wait, sorry, one more thing.
Yep.
You know what I love though is watching Money play. It seems like he's he's had the little one.
Yeah, he's in good nick.
The NRL didn't. They should have used their time wisely. Now he's settled down. He's locked in. He's looking fit. He's got the haircut cranked. He's playing really good footy, man.
Yeah, he's gone the Jada Pinkett Smith up top.
Richard! Oh, wow! Wow! Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth!
I'm going to, okay?
Yeah, it looks nice. Really happy for him.
Chucked a little slap in the back, Leaky, putting that as a mental note. All right, moving on to the Sunday games. I think we're going to be going to this game too, by the way. Simi, Ice has got his tickets off the boys.
Oh.
We might be going Sunday Arvo. Obviously, that's an invitation that I'm extending on behalf of Ice and maybe Lukey at the back there. The Roosters versus the Wars versus Jackos. Ice's Roosters versus Jackos Wars. $1.18 for the Roosters, $5 for the New Zealand Warriors. Where are you going on this one, Simi?
Mate, I'm gonna go Roosters on this one. I'm going Roosters 13 plus.
Yep.
Paying $1.70. Yeah, I think, they're just the team that you get intimidated by. And I just don't think Warriors are right there just yet to stick with them.
3 wins in a row for the Warriors, but still not sold. You think this is too big a test for the Warriors with the Roosters, who got a little bit shocked from a team that they should have beat last week as well?
Warriors is the ex-girlfriend that you always wished would change, but never does. You know what I mean? She gets you back for a few games, and then she fucks you over for the third, fourth.
Yeah, toxic behaviour.
Yeah, it's
isn't
just
it?
like, come on, man. Come on.
All right, I'm going to go the overs in the game. I think there might be a fair few tries, and I think if Roosters get off to a good start, they could potentially blow them out and have a pretty big score and sort of get their season kicked off, because they've been a bit scratchy to start the season. So this is one time that I'm probably a little bit more high on the Roosters than I've been in weeks previous. All right, the Sunday afternoon game is the St George Illawarra Dragons versus the Newcastle Knights. I believe it's down at Wynn Stadium at 4 p.m. It's got, for 6 or maybe 6 p.m. here. The St George Illawarra Dragons are $1.57. The Newcastle Knights are $2.40. Where are you going this one, Simi?
Mate, I'm going Knights 1 to 12.
Yep.
$3.50. I think Kalen's going to start, getting into a really nice groove.
Yep.
The boys are getting around him. I think Dragons are just a little bit willy-nilly at the moment. They've this is respectfully too. I mean, I hope none of them watch it, but I feel like they've picked up a lot.
You'd be surprised how many of the boys watch our show sometimes when you
I don't want to be rude,
when you talk about content.
Footy's footy, like I love the boys, but
Oh, wow.
But I just feel like there's not much leadership there, right? No one's taking control of the reins. You got a lot of young players there, and you got a lot of old heads there. So
There's no in between.
You've got Zach Lomax in between, and I think if he can really rally the troops around himself,
Yep.
then you'll see some changes in their season.
And he has played well this year, Zach Lomax. There probably should have been a few more opportunities where he could have put Ravalawa over if he sort of didn't fumble a couple. I'm leaning towards a live bet on this. This is a no bet for me at the moment. So for people that have been watching the show for the last couple of weeks, I've actually had a couple of live bets on both of these teams and both times against them in the Dragons and the Knights. So I feel like I got a pretty good read on them once I watch a game, once about 20 minutes into it. So I'll probably be the same again this week. All right, the last game of the round is on Monday for Easter Monday this week. It's always despite where the Tigers are at the moment, it's normally a pretty entertaining game. The Parramatta Eels are heavy favourites. They are $1.08 and deserve to be against the Tigers, who are $8. Where are you going on this one, Simi?
Mate, I'm going Parramatta Eels. I'm going 13 plus on this. Dillbags is just playing out of his skin.
Yep.
The boys are looking fit as. Is Brycey back in the start? Is the Brycey playing?
I think Brycey might have dropped off the bench for this week, but
Okay.
he's been in the team for the last couple of weekends.
Yeah, he's been going well, man. So with that Magic Johnson nonsense on the right-hand wing, a bit willy-nilly for me. But, I mean, if you're out west and you
He had
like
to play
that razzle-dazzle.
I think he had to fill in and play a little bit of centres last week when Wonga Blake went down and Tom Opachich had to move to the wing. So a bit of a shuffle, but I think Murata Neokora comes back in this week. So
I wouldn't be surprised if the Bulldogs go after Brycey next year.
yeah, they could. Oh, well, they've got a fair forward pack, but where you on the game 13 plus?
Yeah, I'm going Parramatta Eels 13 plus on this. $1.40.
It's pick your poison for me. I'm gonna the number of try scorers. 2 guys that have done really well for me. Yeah, a guy that's done really well for me in the last couple of weeks has been Dill Brown. I've hit him anytime try scorer back-to-back weeks and got up, so I think he's a good chance at $3 as well. Before we get into it and let you know about the drop that's coming up, Earn You is a fun way to combine the world of cryptocurrency times gambling. Pick your chips for the weekend by joining around and have the chance to win real money. And the best part is you don't lose your money. Gambling isn't always about making money. It's about letting people know your sports knowledge is elite. We've attached a link down below so you guys can sign up. The first 200 to sign up get 100 points for free by using the code 100YKTR.
Ooh.
That is 100YKTR. Referral code upon registration. That's the link below there, Lukey, that I put in that I started to read out like it was part of it. And the boss, he had himself a day out last week on NU. I think he picked six winners and he got himself 500 points. So. And that's on behalf of the kitty for us at YKTR Sports. So well done to the boss. And that's what I was hinting at the other week about, getting the points for us in NU, but just not giving it to, we're not displaying it for the rest of them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit weird actually. Like, is he on holiday at the moment in the Goldie?
Yeah, I don't know. Is there meetings or?
No, I think he's on holiday. I think he's gone up there just to have a break. But yeah, I mean, you need to be displaying these things. I don't know what you guys are up to.
Yeah, got to put it out there.
These sneaky little wins, but it's one of those things you're like, oh, this isn't gonna pull off.
Yeah,
and then
sometimes you feel like especially that punters club page that jinxes the hell out of me. But let's move into the people that haven't been jinxing us. It's the Pineapple Express. Like I said last week, we went really close to a really big collect. The point of Pineapple Express, Simi, is if you're not aware of it, we have $50 for you guys. Here's your chance to play your bets down in the comments and we will pick the best ones. So make sure you smash the comments. Last week, I believe the comment got over 25 likes. I think it's really important if you get on and put your bets in, your bets slips in there nice and early because then obviously
we see them.
That's how algorithms work and the more people that come on like your bet. But yeah, that's the Pineapple Express for this week. Like I said, it's more of a bit something like you would be doing, Simi. Before we get into it, Lukey, the latest drop is coming out tonight at 6 p.m.
Yes,
Lukey. So go on the website as per. Make sure you get in early. It's nice at the back there. Flip around. Show the back there, Simi. There we go. I've got a little hoodie coming in. Is that going to go against the green screen?
Against the green screen?
All right, so make sure once if you get some jam this weekend, you might be able to pick up some kit a little bit later in the weekend if there's any left. That's if you don't get on at 6 p.m. tonight. All right, Chase the Gorilla.
Ooh.
This is where me and Ice are trying to build the kitty and get it up to $100.
We have to.
As you know, like I said at the front of the show, I beat Ice last week. I had the Broncos plus 15.5. He had the Roosters. We don't normally go head-to-head against each other, but I'm going to let you do Ice's one this week, Simi, and where are you going with it?
I'm going Bulldogs.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm going Bulldogs, which is paying $1.90.
Yep.
And that's, what is it, 10.5?
Yep. Yeah, you got 10.5 start. So you got 10.5 start. I think that's a good bet, believe it or not.
I love the Bulldogs.
We get $2 on the line on the late breaks as well. So we'll be taking that. My one, like we said, we talked about at the game of the round. I thought about going the Bulldogs myself, Simi. So it's funny that you went them. What I'm going to do this year, and I feel like it's something that I'm going to hold that conviction is, even though I think there's value in some of these lesser teams with big starts. I even looked at the Broncos with plus 22.5, but they're coming up against the champs. I'm going to go the team that's actually playing well and deserves probably to be a little bit closer in the odds, and that's the Sharks at plus 7.5. So that is going to be my bet on Chase the Gorilla. So I am up to $20 now. Mine saluted last week, so that 20 could potentially turn into 40. All right, personal bets. Simi, you ran through yours already, so I'll run through mine.
Talk to me.
Oh, actually, before we get on that, 2 lines on a Friday. I forgot to let you know I'm taking over that this week because Ice isn't here and he lost last week. So the 2 lines on a Friday is the Bulldogs and the start is 10.5. I'm going with you, Simi. I'm going to go the Bulldogs plus 10.5.
Grateful.
And like I said, even though it's quite a significant handicap, it's quite a significant start that the Broncos have at plus 22.5. I just think the Panthers are too good, so I'm going to go Panthers minus 22.5. And no personal bets apart from some of these plays that I might have as we get a little bit closer to kickoff. But thanks for joining us this week on Peanut Butter and Jam. And as always, gamble responsibly, especially if you take his bets. See you next week.